Unit conversion. So the first thing you need to know when converting units is a conversion factor. So let's say we have 1a, which is, let's say a is a unit of some sort, so 1 unit a is equal to 2 unit b. So our conversion factor would be 1a is equal to 2b. But what would 3 of unit A be equal to? Well, we could set up our conversion factor to have our A's cancel and be left with a B. So to do that, we would multiply by our conversion factor, which is going to be a fraction. So our fraction, because we want our A's to cancel, our A is going to be in the denominator. So we'd have 1 unit A and then 2 of unit B. And then we could just multiply these together. So the A's would cancel. 3 times 2 is going to be 6. So 3a is equal to 6 of unit b. And I wrote it like this, but the way I learned it, instead of writing it as multiplying a fraction, I would write it as like this little table thing. And then you would have your 3a and your 1a down there, and then the 2b. This is just a different way of writing it. It doesn't actually change what we're doing here, so just use whichever one helps you solve the problem. I prefer this method, so this is how I'm going to be writing it in this video. And it's the exact same thing. We would just act like these are two fractions and just multiply all the top and multiply the entire bottom and then divide them. So we would cancel our A's and then be left with 6b, just like before. One box holds 6 loaves of bread. It takes 5 cups of flour to make 2 loaves of bread. How many cups of flour are needed to make 14 boxes of bread? Our answer is going to be in cups of flour. So let's use blue for that. And we also have another unit here, loaves of bread. And then we have another unit in boxes. So here we have 3 units. So let's see if we can get our conversion factors. We have 1 box, and that's going to be equal to 6 loaves. And then we also have 5 cups of flour to make 2 loaves. So 5 cups of flour is going to be 2 loaves. So now we are given 14 boxes and asked how many cups of flour. So 14 boxes is equal to how much flour. But we don't have a conversion factor from boxes to flour. But what we can do is go from boxes to loaves, and then from loaves to flour. So let's set up our conversion. So we are given 14 boxes. So let's start with that. 14 boxes. Now the conversion factor we have with boxes is 1 box is equal to 6 loaves. So we need to put our 1 box on the bottom here. So our boxes will cancel. And then put loaves on the top. So now if we just evaluated this, our answer would be in loaves. So now that we're in loaves, we can use this conversion factor here. 2 loaves takes 5 cups of flour. So if we put loaves on the bottom to make sure it cancels, then we will be left with cups of flour. So we put our conversion factor, 5 cups, is equal to 2 loaves. So we have our 2 conversion factors, and we have our multiplication set up. So now let's see if we can evaluate this. So what we do is we first multiply the numerators here, which would be 14 times 6 times 5. If we put that into our calculator, that is going to be 420. And then 1 times 2 is going to be 2. So if we evaluate this, we will get 210. But 210 what? We need to make sure our units worked out properly. We can cancel boxes, because we have a box in the numerator and the denominator, and then cancel loaves, because they're the same thing, and then we'll be left with cups of flour. So our answer, just like what we were looking for, is going to be in cups of flour. So it will take 210 cups of flour to make 14 boxes of bread. 1 bag of chips has 1,200 calories. Running for 3 minutes burns 40 calories. How long would someone have to run to work off 3 bags of chips? So first, let's start with our question here. What are we looking for? We're looking for how long someone would have to run. So that's going to be the time someone needs to run. So let's put our time of running in blue. And then we have 3 bags of chips. So let's put bags of chips, that unit, in yellow. And we have another unit here, calories. So we have bags of chips, running time, and calories. And what we're trying to do is go from 3 bags of chips, and then we're trying to convert to minutes of running. So let's see if we can write out some conversion factors and solve this problem. So the first conversion factor we have is 1 bag of chips is equal to 1,200 calories. And then in this second sentence, we have 3 minutes of running burns 40 calories. So 3 minutes is equal to 40 calories. We're trying to get from bags to minutes, which we don't have a conversion factor for. But just like in the last problem, we can do 2 conversions. We can go from bags to calories, and then from calories to minutes. So let's set up that conversion. So we're going to start with 3 bags. And then we're going to use this first conversion factor here, which is 1 bag is equal to 1,200 calories. And then now our answer would be in calories. So now we need to go from calories to minutes. So we would put 40 calories at the bottom here, and then 3 minutes at the top. So when we evaluate this, bags will cancel, calories will cancel, and we will be left with minutes. So we used our 2 conversion factors, and now we can evaluate. So 3 times 1,200 times 3. Well, 3 times 3 is going to be 9. And then if we do 9 times 12, that's going to be 108. And then we need to add our 2 zeros right here. So we would have 10,800. And then we can divide that by 1 times 40, which is 40. So what is 10,800 divided by 40? Well, we can get rid of a 0 here, and then we have 108 divided by 4. Well, 100 divided by 4, we know that's going to be 25, and then 8 divided by 4 is going to be 2. So 25 plus 2, that's going to be 27. but then we still have another 0, so it'd be 270. And if we put that into our calculator, yes, it is 270. And the unit for this is going to be in minutes. So to work off 3 bags of chips, someone would have to run 270 minutes. And what if we wanted to do another conversion and put this into hours? So let me just scroll over. What if we wanted this in hours? Well, what would our conversion factor be for that? Well, we know we want it in hours, so let's put 1 hour. So how many minutes would that be? That would be 60. So we can convert this again. So if we wanted our answer in hours, we could just divide 270 by 60, and that would be 4.5 hours. So you would run 270 minutes or 4.5 hours. 48 eggs cost X dollars. How much do 36 eggs cost in terms of X? So here we have a variable. So we're going to have a variable in our conversion factor. So let's use pink for eggs, and then let's put dollars in green. So our conversion factor is going to be 48 eggs, and we see that is going to be equal to X dollars. So now we need to solve for the cost of 36 eggs. So if we set up, so we need to do one conversion, so let's set that up, and then what is our conversion factor? Well, we're going to have 48 eggs, and we know that's equal to X dollars. So now we can just cancel out eggs, and then we'll be left with dollars. And so 36 divided, so we're going to be left with 36 divided by 48, and then multiplied by X, because we would have 36 times X, and then divide by 48. So now what will this simplify to? Well, 36 is going to be 12 times 3, and then 48 is going to be 12 times 4. So we can cancel out the 12s, and we'll be left with 3 over 4x. So 36 eggs will cost 3 over 4x. And then we have to make sure we remember our unit, dollars. So 3/4 x dollars.